I haven't been able to upload like I wanted to, but I decided to just go ahead and go live tonight and talk about character design and concepts that I'm going to be doing for the tabletop RPG. Now, just because I haven't been uploading doesn't mean that I haven't been working on this diligently, if I'm able to pronounce that word correct. I am so tired. Oh boy, but let's put it this way. I have been working up a storm left and right, using as much resources and secondhand programs as much as possible. I've been diving deep into character design. I've created so many characters so far that have deep, rich backstories, personalities, the whole shebang. I mean, I didn't know I had a knack for it, but I do. And I'm not very good at expressing, like how should I put it? I'm not good at expressing and telling people information about the characters, usually in person, but I've worked so much on this that I've been able to really craft out some really memorable characters, total different dynamics between characters, personalities, spider webbing, everything. I found a really cool mind mapping app that was actually technically useful free. Xmind, if I'm saying it correctly, that is a really good mind mapping tool. I didn't realize how much I'd be able to create within a short time period using it, but oh boy, I got quite a bit of stuff going on with it. And it helps out with planning out the storyline, the story arcs, and all the different other stuff. I've absolutely loved every single bit of that program. Also, on top of that, I got Chat GPT for at least a month until I can't get it no more. But I was able to get it for a month, and that was able to allow me to cram in God, I probably got at least 20 well defined characters. I still have to get around 160 characters, at least 40 strong character personalities, profiles, companions that can follow. The story is going to come out really well. Hi, welcome to the stream. Um, this is kind of an informal stream because I haven't been able to upload, but I wanted to give people something and let them know what's going on and give them an update on the tabletop RPG and my situation, which makes it kind of complicated to be able to keep up with this stuff. I know I haven't figured out how to be able to do this stuff from the phone where I can live stream an image or give you guys some concepts, pictures and stuff, but I'll post them in the community tab coming up here soon. Oh, hi, another person. Welcome. I'm an exhausted person trying to do all this tabletop RPG and I don't have it where it's set up where I can see chats yet, I don't think. Wait, can I see this? It says chat filter, top messages, community moderation. I don't see any chats yet, so, but either way, welcome. What I was pretty much doing was letting this be a informal live stream to let you guys know that I've been busy at work. I'm trying to create this scenarios, character designs. I've created at least, I think I've done more than 16 characters actually, if I think about it. And then I've done several other different setups for characters, like trying to figure out more moderate characters to be able to set them up and have everything run smoothly. It's been interesting creating these characters. I finally got GPT for at least 1 month, so I'm using it obsessively since I'm a stay-at-home dad. Whenever my kids at least let me, because oh my gosh, oh, I've been run ragged. I actually took a nap today. I can't believe it. I never take naps. I'm an insomniac. But still, two of the characters I wanted to really talk about here in this live stream are Benny and we'll go by Flint because that's the character's nickname. But still, his name's Rufus and Benny. Benny is your skinny little scheming little guy who runs through the cities, who's constantly trying to pickpocket, steal, and he has so much potential because his character is kind of a troublemaker all the way around. He's that quick tongue, kind of British accent. He's skinny, malnourished, looking, crooked teeth, kind of like that little backstreet alley kid that goes around pickpocketing. Well, his character pickpockets somebody and inadvertently gets really stuck in a crime syndicate. And his character is literally just an NPC. He is not a character you're going to play as, but he is a character you will interact with. I've absolutely fell in love with several characters. Benny is one of them. Flint is definitely another character that will be a lovable character. He's going to be one of those salty dogs, but still got a soft spot. He's definitely a bit of an asshole, but he's that type of asshole that you'd be like, you know what? He's a real jerk, but I like him. He's got that kind of salty dog attitude. Rusty is the bootlegging operation smuggler guy. He's gonna be the guy that's gonna be the person you go to when you're trying to get illegal goods within the city, which is part of the campaign. There's this. Okay, imagine this. I'll give you an overview because you guys need to know more about the whole campaign and how it's going to be structured. Think of a continent the size of Australia. About 75% of it is going to be a technophobic region, meaning people who are afraid of technology, reject it, and hate it. Medieval style, religious, cult type people. That's the whole 75% of the continent. The rest of that 25% is going to be regional cities across the coastal line around 1920s time period. I've already mentioned this in the other live stream, but for the most part, Benny and Flint are going to be characters that are within the city, and they're going to also be part of a crime syndicate. And there's multiple different crime syndicate families that you'll have to interact and go through different campaign, well, not campaigns, but more or less side quests and different types of avenues you could go through for getting allies, recruits, or taking down criminal syndicates. You will eventually leave the city, and then once you leave the city, you're going to go straight over into the technophobic regions. And those technophobic regions are areas where people reject all science and everything. They look at the city folk as heretics, people who are using blasphemy technology. So you got one side of the continent's medieval, kind of old school vibes. Think of kind of like how Resident Evil 4 had those medieval castles and stuff, and people were very old fashioned and stuff like that. Very medieval. It's meant to kind of blend in a bit of that fantasy vibe of medieval stuff with the 1920s type of industrial roaring 20s. Now, you'll enjoy it, trust me, when you get into this RPG. Now, back to the character design because I started to ramble. Benny is your troublemaker. He's your traditional troublemaker, little backstreet alleyway kid. He's probably around his 19 to 20-year-old, crooked teeth. He's got that little flat top hat around the 1920 style. He goes around. He pickpocketed one of the biggest criminals in the area, and then he ended up getting indoctrinated into the whole storyline of the criminals organization, which is hilarious because his character causes even more trouble in the organization by fucking up and constantly getting into all kinds of stuff. Now, Rufus, or Flint, as most people refer to him, which is his nickname, he works for that crime family. But he does dote on Benny, trying to keep him out like a surrogate father, trying to keep him away from trouble. But within the city, the crime family, they pretty much have operation over their whole little district, which is the industrial district. And there's all kinds of different places, especially speakeasies, which is an old term for illegal underground bootleg bars. And you're going to have a lot of missions and interactions with strange characters within that speakeasy, which is, like I said, a bootleg underground bar, because it's during like a prohibition time period during the 1920s. And it's absolutely a wild adventure when you go into a place that I'm still developing, but I feel like it's good enough to be called the Gilded Vault. The Gilded Vault is an establishment for crime families to be able to either meet each other or people to do illegal activities, trade. The characters within there are got so much personality. You guys will enjoy interacting with each and every single one of the patrons within the Gilded Vault. But I feel like right now, let's just focus a little bit real quick on Benny. Benny is not a bad person, but he does a lot of stupid stuff. He's a schemer, a thief, a stealing everything, anything that's not nailed down. He's going to be a character that's going to get your characters in trouble. He's going to be somebody who will constantly have totally a whole mission, either get his ass out of trouble, but later on in the game, if you do decide to help Benny with his main like relationship quest where you will interact and do a quest for him, which is pretty much paying off his debt and getting him free of the crime family, he'll become a follower that'll help you. He'll have like kind of like unique skill set where he can be that person who can slip through tight spaces. He can get you out of trouble through picklocking, stealing stuff, stealth kind of roguelike build, but not very strong. Um, he won't betray you or do anything to like screw over the players, but his character, oh, hi, welcome. But he'll definitely be a character that's going to make it fun for you guys because of his tendency to get the players in trouble. But at the same time, he'll be a useful character as like a kind of rogue like build, but with a 1920s type of vibe. He's that, backstreet alley kid. And that's if you can separate him from his crime family, which is pretty much fixing his debts to a particular family figurehead. Well, oh, hi, hello. Finally, it says somebody said something. Um, oh, well, I guess I need to look down at the screen when I'm doing these live streams. But either way, whoever listens to the whole story and everything, or everything I'm mentioning, I hope you enjoy a little bit of this stream. And if you get through the whole thing, I'll appreciate the hell out of that. But Flint, he plays as the father type figure, keeping Benny out of trouble for the crime boss. He also tries to make sure that Benny doesn't cause more trouble than he's worth. He's a bit of an asshole, salty dog, but he's got a soft spot for Benny. He also has a soft spot for some other individuals within the crime family. And he's also a very likable character. He'll give Flint will never ask you for a favor, but he'll definitely try to incorporate it into like a job and say, "Hey, I need you to do this for me." And it's actually him asking for a favor, but he's too proud to ever ask for a favor, so he probably just send you on an errand quest mission and all that. But he definitely will be a character that will draw upon a lot of unique ideas. I feel like his character alone will be able to help you understand the whole organization, the crime syndicate. He can definitely give you plenty of information for the characters to be able to play out whatever random mission they want to do. Hi, welcome to the stream. I'm just rambling about character design, giving a little overall story of what the campaign's about. Um, Pretty much, you got a whole bunch of different stuff. I feel like if anybody wants to really know what's going on, just listen to the stream. I'm trying to get better at doing this whole live stream and talking to you guys and trying to express this stuff to you, but I feel like me talking is not as good as what I've written and what I've written down. So I'm gonna start actually trying to give you guys real content, not just me rambling in these impartial live streams. I want you guys to see what I got going on. I want you to be able to read a short story, which I've actually made a short story that's going to be quite good. Unfortunately, I don't have internet. I don't have my recording equipment because it's in storage. I had only recently, within the last couple of months, became not homeless, and I have secondhand programs, and I'm limited. And I only recently was able to get GPT for like 1 month to be able to help me with setting up and brainstorming my setup because I'm dyslexic and I struggle with grammar and writing. So I try to do the best I can with having my story structured and built in a way that can kind of like mind mapping. I use GPT for the mind mapping of all of my different categories and subjects. And I try to get everything set up to where it is as professional as possible for a tabletop RPG to be structured in a way that you guys can appreciate. But I don't want to overwhelm people with a bunch of mechanics. I want to make it set up where you guys can enjoy a real good, smooth tabletop RPG with a 1920s vibe, but still got that fantasy vibe of technophobic regions where, but then at the same time, it's a slow burn horror game. It's meant to be psychological thriller, but the body horror. I haven't mentioned this very much, but the body horror is gruesome. This is going to be almost like a good horror film. And trust me, the horror film aspects of this will come in, but I wanted people to get used to the game mechanics, the storyline, and let that slow burn hit. That's why you start off in the city and you work your way into the more rural areas. It's going to be fun. Trust me. I hope you guys enjoy it. And this live stream's gone on for too long, 16 minutes. And I'm pretty sure I rambled through the whole thing. But if you could bear with me and you guys can, jump in and enjoy by commenting and helping me out with my polls that I drop in my community tab, that would be great. And if you want to subscribe to see me possibly grow this, which I am very adamant about doing this, and this is a passion project. So, I hope I can deliver on something that you guys will enjoy. And I really do want to knock out the competitors in this area, but I'm one person and I don't have much to be able to do this. I'm busy all the time. But the one thing about me as a person is I don't give up. So no matter what, I'm going to finish this tabletop RPG. And I want to make sure that I make something that players are going to like. And the replayability, that's all that matters. Replayability, people happy, people sufficed, and people falling in love with the character design, the storyline, and the theatrical thrill of not knowing what's going to happen next. You want to make people freak out. You want to make them scared. You want to make them anxious. You want to make them feel like every, mission and quest and everything they do is absolutely a horror show. I want people to panic. I want people to be like, oh my God, I'm running out of resources. Oh my God, this whole place is flooded with monsters. Oh my God, the crime family has, they screwed us over. They stole something from us. Or, oh my God, this guy's not what I thought he was. I thought he was a horrible person. And then you find out backstories that pull on your heartstrings. I want that dramatic thrill. I want to really make an amp up for people that can have some real fun with this campaign. But either way, I'm about to end this live stream. If you really want to sit through me rambling, I appreciate it. Go ahead and watch the whole thing. If you really want to know about the horror aspects, which should be my next live stream, just leave a comment. Like, it's as simple as that. Leave a comment. Say something that you want to know. Ask questions. I'm here. All right, guys. That's the longest and longest winded night I've had all day. I hope you guys enjoy the live stream I've done. And yes, I am very much due diligently continuing to build this tabletop RPG. I am not going to give up on it, and it is a passion project. Hope you guys like it. I will be trying to force myself to upload more. I've just been immensely busy. Oh my God. I don't even know how I have energy to stay awake at this moment doing this, but I just felt like I owed you guys an explanation. I have, you know, I got a lot on my table and I just don't really like put it out there, but I'm really trying to do this to make it. I want to make this franchise something special. And I'm going to look back at this video or these videos when I finally do in the future finish this project. So, future self, if you were passionate like this in the past, imagine how proud you are now that you finished. So, yay, me in the future. Have a good night, everybody. Peace out. Now, how do I end this live stream? Okay, how do I end it? Exit? Yes.